What's up, guys? It's TKS Hobby. Yeah, I'm sitting here with my team associated Pro 4 SC10. This is kind of a spur of the moment video because I just got this thing in the mail. I know it's been around for like 4 or 5 years, but y'all know how I approach the hobby. If it ain't got longevity, it don't belong in my garage. So I don't like, getting an RC and then I can't drive it no more. I've gone down the Amazon rabbit hole a little bit, and they getting better, you know what I mean, as brands catch on and they realize they got a customer base. Obviously they're gonna address that. Why wouldn't you get your money, right? But I'm just showing y'all this because I decided that, man, I ain't been on here in a while, but I still ain't stopped collecting. So I figured I'd just go ahead and show y'all a few of the new things that I do have in my collection. Y'all seen a couple of things. Y'all know about my red cat drift car, the Lightning Drift, legendary red cat. You know what I'm saying? And I keep showing you one vehicle. We're gonna take a closer look at it. Y'all know about my Techno. Y'all just saw the video on that. And the buggy backup. You know what I mean? I got a few things to show you. Some stuff ain't quite ready to run. Some things have made some changes. And you're going to see some, they still here. This is why I wait and see if vehicles have longevity. Because you want to be able to go to your shelf, you know what I'm saying, pull a car down, run it. And if something happened, you ain't like, oh man, I can't never run that again because it don't have no power support anymore. You don't want to run into that. I sure don't. But I'm just gonna take a quick look at this. Y'all know what it is. I mean, you've seen all the reviews and the videos. You just haven't seen my spin on it. So I'm just gonna be kind of quick with it. It come with the chassis apron. I'm gonna just call it a chassis apron. It's this cover for it that keeps everything from, debris and all that big stuff from getting in there. And yeah, I got it plugged up to a 3S LiPo. Y'all know I like to do that power check. Yeah. So we know this is a beast on 3S. Average speed about 45 miles an hour. Y'all know it come with the light kit. Lines you with that light, right? And I just got this out the box, so I'm just shaking it down, making sure everything functional, Checking my steering servo. Because I'm not trying to really upgrade right away out the box. Well, no, let me say that. That's not altogether true, because I do have my RPM A-arms coming. I'm just going to do like the little light upgrades that I know it needs, so I don't have to think about it no more. I'll get some shocks later. These are awful nice, man. I think, we sleep on some of these really good models, man, because every time you turn around, it's a new Mini coming out or something like that, or something that everybody is not familiar with. And I understand that we want to stick with the brand new thing. There's guys that cover that, but me, I want to make sure that you understand longevity. And when you talk about the new Arrma Creighton Mini and the XRT Mini from Traxxas, guess what costs around the same? This guy right here. It costs around the same money. Both of them cars come in around it depends on how you get the Arrma. You can get that for like $300. This come in at around $340. It might be a little bit less, but this come with the sway bars right on here. You know what I'm saying? Front and rear sway bars. This come with the light kit already on here. You know what I mean? And the shocks are reliable. We know this because this is based off of the MT10 from Team Associated, which is a beast. So I ain't gonna spend a whole lot of time on this because we know what it is, right? I didn't get the red body. You already know that. But I got another one that's here that I'm gonna take a quick look at, just so you guys know what's really going on. Y'all saw my 1/8 scale drift car. So I'm gonna kind of pick up with this. Is I'm just gonna kind of walk backwards on the ones that you don't know that I have, and just talk a little bit about what I did with them. But like I said, with this one, we got tires. I'm gonna switch these to 14 millimeter hexes, and I'm gonna throw some Red Cat Mojave tires. Why didn't you just get a Mojave? Because I didn't want to do that. You have to understand somewhere RC cars, man. There's gonna be a cost to you in some kind of way down the road. Either you're gonna either pay the premium price out the door, which is what Traxxas is gonna do. They're gonna just go on and get you right away. Arrma might give you a break on the price, but when you start upgrading, and you gonna need to upgrade. These minis are kind of silly because they light. The lighter the car, the less likely it is to go, right? But anyway, this thing here, we know it's a tank. It's a proven platform. Hence, my decision to go with this instead of one of the minis, which I might approach one day, but I'll get around to it. But right now, I'm on this. So anyway, let me get the other one down and let you guys check that out. Next up, you got the Traxxas Max. Yes, I do have one. I modded my wheel hexes. I still got the plastic telescoping drive axles on here. This was a roller when I bought it. I just grabbed this green and blue body. Still getting used to working with this. Don't forget you gotta flip stuff up. But I did put my own custom electronics in here. As you can see, I still got the stock servo because I haven't really got a chance to run this. You haven't seen the video, which means I haven't ran it. But I put the Gen 2 Hobby Wing 150 amp ESC true 4274 size can 2000 kV. Y'all know what that is. I've put the mod kit in so I don't have to worry about battery issues, because they talk about how you can't just fit your own batteries. Traxxas is good for that one. They want you to use their batteries, so they'll not give you what you need to do what you want to do. And since the body is blue and green, I got blue and green, accents. It came with the green shocks, which are aluminum threaded body, and from the reviews and everything, y'all know this thing is a tank. But this one is my tank. I'm gonna get it out there. I've been thinking about adding a light kit to it and stuff like that, but I don't know, because if you really bashing, light kits can be troublesome. But I'm still thinking about that. But this is the other one that I got that you haven't seen. And just so y'all know, I ain't sat down on the hobby. I just took my time about making my next choices. I've been busy, like I said. I ain't had time to really do videos. Let me put this body back on here and get this out the way. And this is why I did not get a mini. And if I do get a mini, it probably end up being the XRT, because I bought this monster. Yeah, I went in, checked the diffs, topped off the fluids in the diffs. It came shimmed and everything like that. So I was glad when I saw that it came shimmed. And y'all know what this platform is. Y'all know about the clipless system on here. And you know what's inside. I'm going to stand up and give y'all the top side view, because it's always fun to look at an Arrma. I'll be honest. They build some pretty RCs, man. There ain't no extra mods on this. This is the Generation 6. It's not the VXL or whatever they call that thing. I'm not doing that. That's ridiculous. And then what it did was get my wheels to turning, because what I spent on this, I was like, man, people be sleeping on them build kits, man, because it's like you can buy this ready to run, but it'll cost you just as much as a build kit. And we know in truth from my techno that if you buy a build kit, man, you can put your own, once you set up your electronics with your wheels and tires, you set. You don't really got to do no mods. You might go to M2C or somebody like that, Vidavon or somebody like that, just because you want to bling your kit out and decide to do something, you know. I don't even think this thing is so huge. I don't even know if I got room to spin it on the pedestal, man. But I'm gonna go and spin this one around. You know, this come sway bars and everything, you know, how it all is set up. And I'm thinking about, honestly, because of all of that rotational mass, these are almost 7-inch wheels, guys. They're almost 7-inch wheels. So it's a strong probability I may decide to take and put the 4S line tires on here. It ain't gonna be that much different. I don't think. I should take one off one of my other trucks and see, because I got the 4S truck tires on my SSTE and my Techno 48. What is it? ET48. Now it is. It's the ET48.3, because once I did all of the modifications, it was the 0.3 version that they came with, which is weird because, right, they got 0.4 out as well. And then, of course, you got the 2.0 new editions. But it's like, once you get a Techno, the part support is lovely. If you know how to, if you go to the Techno website, you can get parts. They do the same thing Red Cat do with the legacy vehicles and all that kind of stuff. So you ain't got to really worry, man. This thing is nice, though. I ain't had a chance to run this yet. The tires are clean. The tires were dirty on my X-Max, but that's only because I put tires on it. It was a build kit. I switched. I caught a really good sale on some on the Copperheads. These Copperheads here, I caught a really good sale on them at Horizon Hobby, and I was like, man, let me go on and grab these. So I grabbed a couple of sets. So I ended up having those. What are those things? Badland 2.0 clones. I had those sitting. So when I got the Max, I just threw them on the Max. Because, you know, they was on my Techno, but I changed them up. And so this car, be looking for a run of this. Well, I got one more to show you, and then we're going to wrap this up. Hey, y'all remember I mentioned earlier something was going on with Techno. I mentioned that in an earlier video when I was running my 48, my ET48, 48 ET. That's too much to be trying to remember. Anyway, when I was running that, I was telling you something was going on with Techno, and they obviously, you know, they're gonna do their 2.0 versions of everything, and of course, this guy here, just smacking. This guy here is the monster truck version, the 48 MT. Yes. Again, Red Cat, you can't knock Red Cat for some of the stuff that they have, like deals that they got, tires. These are the tires from the extended version of the Kaiju. So I bought them and put them on here so I could have belted tires on here. And this body is supposedly a crawler body. I don't know about that, but it ain't a hard crawler body. But that Ford F-150 1972. I threw my tethers on there and everything like that. And y'all know, anytime I get something, look at the paint though. There's some nice paint, right? That big metal flake, you can get that at Traxxas. It's nice, man. This body came out real nice, bro. My lighting ain't real good, but you know, you get the idea. Paint job came out real good. I was real happy with that. And of course, I put my EC5s on it. because I'm starting to collect a lot. I got a few EC5 4S lipos that I'm gonna run on this thing. Got my cooling fan on here. Got my, what servo did I use? I just went with a nice 45 kilogram off eBay. Yeah, I went on and bought the center brace and put it in here. And you know, I got my 2.0 Hobby Wing system in here. I like this thing. It's running in my machete. I put this in my machete. And you know, yeah, the machete is set up to run 6S, and it came with a basic, you know, motor setup, an ESC setup. That thing is an anomaly because they come on the 4S version and the ESC in that thing. I put that in my factory 5 hot rod. I'm not sure about putting it on 4S yet, because then I got to do tires and stuff like that. But yeah, this is what I was talking about, man. When you got a techno, man, when you can get a techno, this one here, I got, you know, you shop smart. You get your coupons, you get your reward points together. You just save them for something really big. Like, this is what I did. I knocked quite a bit of money off of this. That's how come I was able to get the center chassis brace. That's how come I was able to go and get the tires and throw them on here. You know, some of us, we gonna go ahead on and do what we do. But I'm bashing on the budget, bro. I gotta explain this stuff to my wife. And she be like, you know, you need to sell something. And she right, so you can be looking for some things. I got a lot of extra radios and stuff like that. I'm gonna put them on my eBay store. So you can look for some of that stuff. Check me out on eBay, and I got a lot. Cause more than likely, I'm pulling the radio out of my Team Associated Pro SC. Most likely I'm pulling that. I like that this thing, see, they took care of stuff that they didn't do on the original monster truck from Techno. Now you got a wheelie bar. It comes with that, you know what I mean? That center brace, you get that because the way the chassis is designed, you can't put the same center brace. I can't wait to see what M2C gonna do to try to work with this, because you see how everything is enclosed, and you see the drive shaft. It don't have, excuse my fingers, y'all. It don't have, you know, what it needs to be able to use the type of brace that Techno has for the other car. And I can't speak to their current truggy because I don't own it. Kevlar battery straps, they clowning, bro. How many kids give you a Kevlar battery strap? So then once you buy the electronics, these electronics are smooth, and you get the tires, you do the right thing, you pretty much got an Arrma. And everybody know, let's just be honest, bro. Let's be honest. With the diff issues Arrma be having, this does come, you know, you might want to spend the money and get the metal pins for the diffs when you do the build, because you have them in the center diff, the metal pins, but they're not in the front and rear diffs. But even with that, on 4S, this thing stand up. You really only need to do that if you're gonna go 6S. And that's crazy. How do you use some serious engineers when you can get away with stuff like that and still have a quality vehicle? And you seen my man from A-Main Hobby beat on his and how he ended up breaking it and what broke and why it broke. He was on 6S. When you get to 6S, bro, you gonna break driveline components. It's just the way it is. That's a lot of power, you know. Unless you putting it on an 8S vehicle. And it's just my philosophy. I set it up to go 6S if I just want to do it one day, but I'm running on 4S, man, because I like to keep my maintenance low. That's just the way it is for me. But yeah, man, that's it for this. I just wanted to share what I've been up to, because I know I ain't posted a lot of the videos and everything, but I got a lot coming up, you know. Some running videos. I really want this weather to dry up, man, because I went out to my spot, man. I walked out there and my feet started sinking in the mud. I mean, it's fun. You to go ahead on and dry your car out there. You got waterproof electronics and stuff. You can hose it off. and everything, spray some WD-40 on it or whatever, and you good. But man, if you flip it, you gotta go get it. And then that means you trudging through and the mud sinking and stuff, yeah. You ain't sinking in the mud. I don't want to do that, man. I'm just, I'm past all that. When I was younger, I didn't care. I'm all out in the field and this and that and the other, digging it out of ditches and all of that, because I been driving crazy. But I'm older now. I'm wiser now. I'm not doing that. I can enjoy it without all of that drama. So you may get these videos right out here in front of the house. Them curbs are nice. I'm gonna rebuild my ramp, so I might have that. I had to speak on it. It's what I've been up to. And man, let me see. I got parts everywhere, bro. I got radios everywhere now. I got stuff everywhere now. Something gotta go. I got paint sitting everywhere. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I need another shelf because now I'm stacking cars on top of each other. Just for the sake of argument, this video running kind of long. I'm gonna do some editing. Just for the sake of argument, let me show you one last car. You might say, man, we saw this one already. But it's gone through some changes. Like I said, I like the cost of that. I'm not even fully set up on this yet. I ain't mounted my button yet. But I will. I'm gonna put it on the side of the frame like this, and hopefully I won't knock it off or whatever. But yeah, this is what's running in here now. I didn't feel like this had enough power. This is my techno buggy. This is a legendary buggy. This is an eBay purchase and rebuild. I like Arrma's tires. I do. I like them. So I got these. I had to get some wheel hubs for this and change up a couple of things so these tires would work on this. Because they didn't work with the hex hubs that was on here. So I had to go and get the extended hex hubs and put them on here for this to work here. And yeah, I'm glad I did. What was that? I might be thinking about a different situation. Actually, I think I bought these. Yeah, I misspoke. I originally bought these tires for my JADO when I was setting up my JADO project, and I thought I might get away with them, but they didn't work with the JADO. That's what it was. So I went ahead on and put them on here because I had wired tires on here, but now they on my Stampede, and my Rustler got some old Red Cat tires from the Terremoto 10. Y'all remember that old car? Bro, I'll go and find some old nostalgia tires because ain't nobody trying to spend $150 on some. I spend $150 in my tire for my car. I might only get one or two, but you get the point. When you start looking at what you could, your real vehicle versus this hobby, I give you $30 a set for these. I do that, but I'm not doing the rest of that. That's a little much. And if I can beat that 30, I'm gonna do that because I found some backflips on sale, y'all. Y'all gotta go check out some of these sales. In springtime, they getting us ready because the weather getting ready to break. And I've been out here a couple times already. I'm gonna try to get out here again. It's raining and stuff today, or I would be out now. That's why I'm down here wasting time, right? But yeah, this is set up. It's ready to rock and roll, bro. It's ready to rock and roll. I got my everything in here, my PSC. This is on all of these cars are gonna be on my Radio Link. Y'all seen my Radio Link transmitter. I did a short fluff video on that thing, but it's so much more than that transmitter. You gotta check it out. It's an inexpensive transmitter. If you're not like pro racing, If you just, I know guys gonna go and they're gonna get stuff and they're gonna show you the features and it's like, oh, cool. I know how we are. We'll see something somebody else got and we'll like it and we'll just go and spend our money. And sometimes you gotta learn how to step off the ledge, man. You ain't gotta jump off on everything. That's why I don't have the Grimes in here yet. That's why I don't have, I said yet, right? They may never be here because I got a Rolalo and I got an HBX. Rolalo you can get parts for it. It may take a little while to get to you, but you can get parts for it. And if you keep it dialed in, they've done the improvements and stuff like that. If you don't get doing crazy stuff to it, it'll last you. I ain't gonna bring all that down because, like I said, this video getting kind of long, but you just want to let folks know what's going on in the workshop. You know what I mean? This is real. I do this, so I just want to give you guys a heads up on what's coming up next. I might change this body. It's in too good a condition, bro. When you duct tape it, I done took this body through some things. It's been through some things. And what's cool is my chassis was it's getting beat up now. Just so you know, I do get out and run these things, but it's the chassis that was the 48 MT, which is now the ET48. The MT48, which is the ET48, however I'm supposed to say that. Don't freak out. I ain't write this down. Like I said, this is a spur of the moment video. And I just really want a chance to just get out there and just spend a day, man. Run about 2 or 3 cars, get some video on it. I'll share it with you. I want to get out to a good site. But like I said, if I don't, curb hopping is more fun. You ought to try it. You ought to try it. It can be really fun. Just riding out in front of your house and just doing some things when you got yourself a nice basher. So anyway, y'all know what it is. Like and subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. Support the channel, man. We all doing this for the benefit of each other, sharing what we doing, trying to be a part, being a part of the community, man. There's no one that I wouldn't follow in the RC hobby. Because you're going to see something cool. They're going to do something cool. Because we all got different takes on this stuff. And so, I'm like that. If you got, you might do something that I might want to try, But no, I don't want to buy the vehicle everybody else got. I don't want to have the same cars in my garage that everybody got. Some of the stuff, you just ain't going to pass up. Certain technos, you're not going to pass up. I got, I'm always talking about how many Traxxas cars I got. I got more Traxxas, I think, than I got anything. And I don't have a huge amount of cars, but I got 4 Traxxas cars. 1, 2, 3. No, correction. I got 5 Traxxas cars. Now I got 2 Arrmas. I got 3 Technos. And then the rest is like just one. I got 1, 2, 3. I got 3 Red Cats. I got 2 Arlalos, if that's how you pronounce it. Don't hang me if I don't say it right. I got a Maverick. I got 2 Quantum vehicles, I should say. No, wait, I said I actually have 4. Well, I forgot about the Valkyrie down here. I got about 4 Red Cat vehicles. So Red Cat and Traxxas is running close. I'm getting Arrmas. I like Arrma. I just don't like the way you have to deal with the. Yeah, I don't like the way you have to deal with some of these guys. I like Traxxas. I don't like the way you have to deal with it when it comes to upgrades and stuff like that. I got upgrade stuff to do, right? I got stuff to do, bro. I got things to take care of. I got motors sitting around. This is a rant officially because I've been on here for a minute. But yeah, this is TKS Hobby. You know my motto: if you ain't crashing, you ain't bashing. Soon, y'all. Soon. In the meantime, be blessed, stay safe. It's wild out there. Peace.